Thank you so much, Iván Rodríguez. Sorry for that technical difficulty. Thank you so much for having some time for me today. I wanted to ask you if you're watching the playoffs today and cheering your Rangers on when you're
I do.
watching.
I really do. I'm enjoy what I'm seeing. I'm enjoy seeing the Rangers playing good ball, obviously good pitching, good offense, and basically good hitting. And I think when you have those three things in one thing, you're gonna win a lot of ball games. But for me, what I've been amazing the most is the starting pitchers. We got Montgomery the first game, pitched 6+ innings, and then yesterday another 6+ inning again from the starting pitcher. So I think that's the key. And the good news now that we're going to have Max Scherzer now and John Gray coming into the to being active this series. So with those four guys, I think it's going to be really good.
When you watch Jonah Heim, who everyone tells me that he has a real reputation as being a good catcher, good defensive catcher. That was the first thing. He's added the offense since. When you watch him, what do you think of in terms of preparing for these? What was like for you as a catcher to prepare for a postseason game?
Very, very, very good catcher. Very smart guy. Studied the game from A to Z. Obviously, he's I watch him when I'm in town in Texas. He's in the media room studying the hitters and doing a good report for the pitchers. And I think that's important for a catcher to have that part of the game. I think if you talk to a lot of these pitching staff, they love him to be behind the plate because the way he receives, the way he blocks, the way he throws, the way he calls the game, and plus he have a big size behind the plate, so the target is pretty good for the pitcher. So I think he's doing a good job offensively. I mean, when we talk about hitting and defense, I mean it's unbelievable when you have a guy that almost 100 RBI as a catcher, 20+ home runs and hitting over 280 as a catcher is great, even though that he got hurt for 6 weeks during the season. But
I think he's still hurt.
imagine if he still no hurt,
Yeah.
for the full season, he was probably having an MVP year. But I like the way that he's calling the game, the way he's behind the plate, the calm that he is receiving, and the way the pitchers feel with him behind the plate.
Yeah, with Jonah there and Bruce Bochy managing, the Rangers have left their pitchers in a little bit longer. So we're talking about longer outings from Montgomery, and what we've seen is that Bochy seems to trust his guys. He even said recently, if they're dealing, I'm going to leave them out there. That's something the numbers haven't been able to show. That's part of
Yeah,
why the game is changing.
yeah, I've seen the numbers here from Montgomery's performance the other day. He threw 110 pitches.
Uh-huh.
He throws 108. So
Yeah.
that's pretty good. That's what a veteran manager does. I mean, that's why we brought Bochy into our team this year. A guy that knows how to deal with the players, a guy that has been in the playoff a lot of times, a lot of World Series. So he knows what it takes for these guys in the clubhouse to win ball games. So I think with him, and we have to mention, I mean, not too many knows about the job that the front office, the Chris Young, the whole coaching staff. You have to give them a lot of credit because obviously, it's a hard job doing the season to put a good team together, put a winning team together. And then when you bring Bochy with Mike Maddox, the pitching coach, back into the pitching rotation is great to happen. And I think that's why these players feels very comfortable with this whole coaching staff because they know what they need to do to win ball games, and also the players play the game hard because they have a manager and a coaching staff that's what they want. You play me hard, I'm going to be fine with it.
But you mentioned 108 pitches, 110. That's long for today's game. We're talking about taking peepers out before that, you know.
In today's game, it's long, but you're talking two veteran pitchers, right? And McGuire and Ebaldi, that they can go more than that. And coming, John Gray is another one that you can go with 150 120 pitches to him. I don't know about Max Scherzer now because he's hurt.
Right.
I don't know how long he's going to go when he's going to pitch in the next couple of days. That we need to keep the eye on him because obviously we 2-0 series and we in the good position. And I think we wanted to save him and stay healthy for the World Series. If we move forward, we need him. So
talk to me a little bit about you being a catcher and like, how did you get through that third time through the order? What was different for you when you were playing?
The third time through the order, and for me as a catcher, I will be more aggressive. I will be more like established, more the fastball inside and pitches down away for ground ball, for strikeout. But for me, when you have two times that you see that hitter on the plate, you got to go with what you start the first time up, the second time up, and then the third time up. He got a pretty much idea how many, the breaking ball, how it breaks, the fastball, how fast it is, any of that. And so for me, that's what I going more inside because that's the hardest pitches. That's the hardest pitch for a hitter to keep it fair.
Right.
And a lot of hitters in today's game, they're just dying to the home plate and try to hit the outside part of the plate. And for me, I would like to eliminate that when it's late in the game. Because when it's late in the game, you need 90 feet ground balls. You need balls to this side of the diamond because if it's man in scoring position, second base, that runner is not going to advance. If it's man on third base, less than 2 out, I want a 90 feet ground ball because I want the third baseman to feel and watch the runner and throw to first base for an out. So that's what the inside pitch is really, really important for me when I was a catcher in those situations.
How amazing has it been to watch the growth of velocity since you were playing? I mean, we keep adding velo every year. What was it like? How rare was it for you to see 98 when you were playing or 100?
It's amazing to watch these pitchers today, just throwing 98, 100 with no effort. It just let it go. Stronger, I think, is because, the players today, they're taller, they're bigger, they're stronger. Different era. I think these pitchers that you're seeing today, they average 94 to 98 at 100. Starting pitchers 94 to 96, and guys from the bullpen 97 to 103 miles an hour. And so it's amazing. It's amazing to see that, and it's basic because different frame, I think, different bodies, younger, taller, bigger, stronger, different training maybe in the weight room, and that's what they're so strong.
Were you on that team with Joel Zumaya?
Absolutely, I throw in 108.
Yeah, that was the first time I saw 100.
I got the chance to catch him a lot of times. 108.
Did it hurt?
It's coming fast. It's a four seam. It's a four seam. It's not a. I prefer a pitcher to throw two seam, move the ball around, movement, than a four seam 100. But obviously, when you throw 108, it's still coming really fast.
Yeah, they used to do the whole thing on the video screen, the Zoom Maya, and they used to have the whole thing. That was so much fun.
Exactly.
Now everyone throws 100.
Everybody.
Thanks so much for coming by. Just wanted to ask, what you're doing. Was there something are you an owner now? You're an owner, aren't you?
No, basically, no. I'm here in my house in Colombia with the family now. I'm going to be here into the 24, and then I'm going to Puerto Rico for a couple of weeks. But I'm here, relaxed,
So you're
working
just
out.
the Puerto Rican Winter Leagues. It's just you're just involved in that. You're not an
Yeah,
owner.
yeah, I'm a little bit involved in, outside of it, not into it. I advise a lot of to,
Mm.
to the owners. I'm a good friend of Raúl Rodríguez. He's the owner of Caguas team, which is the team that I played for 15 years, win a ball. So I advise him a lot, and obviously, I always spend a great time. Just go there and see, the growth, from the young kids that now are playing the game. They want to become great players, and now see the winter ball from 4 teams from 3 years ago. Now we back to 16. So it's more opportunities for players to play professional baseball in Puerto Rico, so they can be ready for the next season.
And what's this about underwear?
I know, it's great. I just wanted to thank you. You and I, we have fun doing the commercial. Obviously, you are the expert on stats, so whoever wanted to know about stats, Dr. Eno, he knows, he's the best doing that. But have a great time doing the commercial. Obviously, for the purpose of doing, you and I, we did it is for testicular cancer, which is a foundation, which is a foundation that we need to keep supporting. Is needed. We need to pay attention. Checking, go check, go. See that you okay. I know it's a cure for it, but we got to pay attention because this cancer situation is very young. It's from 15 to 30, 31 years old. So sometimes you don't feel it or you don't know, but you got to go and check. But anyway, we have a great time. The underwears are really comfortable. What they made it just to to work in this area so we can feel more comfortable. But
What's that?
anyway,
What's that company again?
sacks
That's right.
underwear. But no, I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad to work with you. I'm glad to be part of the Saks underwear team with you and the guys. They did a nice commercial in Miami, and look forward to continue work together.
All right. And go Rangers.
Go Rangers! Go Rangers! Go Saks!
Yeah, right. Thanks so much, Ivan.
Yeah, thank you, buddy.